After the Battles Are Over by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. Read at Reunion of the GAT, Madison, Wisconsin, July 4, 1872. After the battles are over, and the war drums cease to beat, and no more is heard on the hillside the sound of hurrying feet, full many a noble action, that was done in the days of strife by the soldier is half forgotten, in the peaceful walks of life. Just as the tangled grasses, in summer's warmth and light, grow over the graves of the fallen and hide them away from sight, so many an act of valor, and many a deed sublime, fade from the mind of the soldier o'ergrown by the grass of time. Not so should they be rewarded, those noble deeds of old. They should live for ever and ever, when the heroes' hearts are cold. Then rally, ye brave old comrades, old veterans, reunite. Uproot time's tangled grasses, live over the march, and the fight. Let Grant come up from the White House, and clasp each brother's hand, first chieftain of the army, last chieftain of the land. Let him rest from a nation's burdens, and go, in thought, with his men, through the fire and smoke of Shiloh, and save the day again. This silent hero of battles knew no such word as defeat. It was left for the rebels' learning, along with the word retreat. He was not given to talking, but he found that guns would preach in a way that was more convincing than fine and flowery speech. 3 cheers for the grave commander of the grand old Tennessee, who won the first great battle, gained the first great victory. His motto was always conquer. Success was his countersign, and, though it took all summer, he kept fighting upon that line. Let Sherman, the stern old general, come rallying with his men. Let them march once more through Georgia and down to the sea again. Oh, that grand old tramp to Savannah, 300 miles to the coast, it will live in the heart of the nation, forever its pride and boast. As Sheridan went to the battle, when a score of miles away, he has come to the feast and banquet, by the Iron Horse today. Its pace is not much swifter than the pace of that famous steed which bore him down to the contest and saved the day by his speed. Then go over the ground today, boys, tread each remembered spot. It will be a gleesome journey, on the swift shod feet of thought. You can fight a bloodless battle, you can skirmish along the route, but it's not worth while to forage, there are rations enough without. Don't start if you hear the cannon, it is not the sound of doom. It does not call to the contest, to the bottle's smoke and gloom. Let us have peace, was spoken, and lo, peace ruled again. And now the nation is shouting, through the cannon's voice, Amen. O boys who besieged old Vicksburg, can time e'er wash away the triumph of her surrender, 9 years ago? Today, can you ever forget the moment, when you saw the flag of white, that told how the grim old city had fallen in her might? Ah! 'Twas a bold, brave army, when the boys, with a right good will, went gaily marching and singing to the fight at Champion Hill. They met with a warm reception, but the soul of old John Brown was abroad on that field of battle, and our flag did not go down. Come, heroes of Lookout Mountain, of Corinth and Donelson, of Kennesaw and Atlanta, and tell how the day was won. Hush! Bow the head for a moment. There are those who cannot come. No bugle call can arouse them. No sound of fife or drum. Oh, boys who died for the country. Oh, dear and sainted dead. What can we say about you that has not once been said? Whether you fell in the contest, struck down by shot and shell, or pined 'neath the hand of sickness or starved in the prison cell, we know that you died for freedom, to save our land from shame, to rescue a periled nation, and we give you deathless fame. 'Twas the cause of truth and justice that you fought and perished for, and we say it, oh, so gently, our boys who died in the war. Saviors of our republic, heroes who wore the blue, we owe the peace that surrounds us, and our nation's strength to you. We owe it to you that our banner, the fairest flag in the world, is today unstained, unsullied, on the summer air unfurled. We look on its stripes and spangles, and our hearts are filled the while with love for the brave commanders, and the boys of the rank and file. The grandest deeds of valor were never written out, the noblest acts of virtue the world knows nothing about. And many a private soldier, who walks his humble way, with no sounding name or title, unknown to the world today, in the eyes of God as a hero is worthy of the bays as any mighty general to whom the world gives praise. Brave men of a mighty army, we extend you friendship's hand. I speak for the loyal women, those pillars of our land. We wish you a hearty welcome. We are proud that you gather here to talk of old times together on this brightest day in the year. And if peace, whose snow-white pinions brood over our land today, should ever again go from us, God grant she may ever stay. Should our nation call in her peril for 600,000 more, the loyal women would hear her, and send you out as before. We would bring out the treasured knapsack, we would take the sword from the wall, and hushing our own hearts' pleadings, hear only the country's call. For next to our God is our nation, and we cherish the honored name of the bravest of all brave armies who fought for that nation's fame.